All right, we're here with ProBoxingInsider.com with, of course, as always, Jeff Mayweather. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm good.
All right, we're gonna concentrate a little bit here on Celestino Caballero. A lot of problems with the fight. Is it finally official?
Yeah, the fight's official now. It's official.
So it's gonna be July 28th. Do we know the location yet, or?
I'm not sure if the location is. People keep saying California, but I don't think that the location is actually. It's not secure yet where the location is going to be.
Do you think it makes a big difference in how the fight will play out, whether it's in Garcia's backyard or for instance, if it goes to Panama, Celestino's country?
Well, I mean, I think that, of course, I think that does play a part, but at the same time, I think that, it's a situation where, I mean, with Celestino winning the purse bid, the fight definitely shouldn't be in California. I mean, to me, that'd be defeat the purpose of winning the purse bid.
Now, you haven't been with Celestino a few fights. Are you worried, based on the experience with Barros, if you have to go in the backyard of Garcia? Are you worried about a little home cooking again?
No, I'm not worried because I think that one thing I think is that Celestino is really focused for this fight, and it's a situation in which Celestino has respect for this guy. As long as Celestino has respect for a fighter, he works tremendously hard, and that's the one thing that I'm seeing with Celestino. And he's focused, and he knows that this is not going to be, a cakewalk, and he's not fooling himself that, kind of like he did with Lissau, because we both underestimated Lissau, and of course Lissau would end up, winning the fight.
What were some of the hang-ups on this particular fight as far as getting it made?
Well, I mean, basically it's just the fact of, Celestino, joining ranks with Floyd as his new promoter. So I mean, a lot of miscommunication, on various things. So I mean, the contract was actually at one point in time, I think it was in Leonard's hands. I'm not sure. And it was and eventually I had to get in touch with Al Heyman, and I had to take it upon myself to get in touch with Al Heyman because we were being forced with a deadline, and then everyone was like, that Celestino was going to get stripped of his title if this contract isn't signed within, X amount of hours. So I took it upon myself to get in touch with Al Heyman, which is probably one of the hardest guys on the planet to get in touch with. He's almost like an invisible man, but I was blessed and fortunate to, get a contact to his right-hand guy, Sam Watson. Got in touch with him, and we got everything done.
And how's Caballero looked in the camp? I know it's a little early, so he's taking a little light. What's it like working with a fighter who you kind of need to, pull the reins back a little bit and not let them work as hard as they necessarily might, when they're in the middle of a camp?
Well, I mean, basically with Celestino, I mean, right now, it's more about, getting his weight down and actually doing strength training. So that's what he's doing more than anything. He's just doing strength training, to get himself really strong for the fight, and that's basically that's mostly what he's doing now. So I don't think that's going to hurt us that much.
What problems do you think Garcia will pose for Celestino once they actually start to fight?
Well, the only thing that he presents is that, I mean, he's strong. He's a decent puncher. He's not a devastating puncher, but he's a decent puncher. And to be honest, that's something that, I don't think that fears Celestino at all because he's been in. I remember when he fought Ponce de Leon, when Ponce de Leon was definitely, a tremendous puncher at that time. And I mean, he was in his prime when Celestino fought him, and he was still undefeated. So I mean, I don't think that Garcia presents that type of problem. I think that he's a strong guy, and he's young. That's probably his best asset is that he's young. But at the same time, when you match skills for skills, then I know if Celestino has his legs under him, it should be an easy fight.
And the other way around, what challenges does Celestino present for Garcia?
Well, I mean, there's no way he's ever fought anyone remotely close to Celestino. I mean, because Celestino is not your average fighter. He's not the average fighter. And when I say that, I don't say it in terms of, I mean, he's the guy that throws punches from weird angles, those, high volume of punches. Also, he's extremely hard to hit. When he has his legs under him, I mean, the guy's almost untouchable. So I mean, you know, he brings a lot to the table, and not only that, I mean, he has a wealth of experience, and he's been champion 5 times. So, you know, that speaks for itself.
All right, Jeff, we appreciate your time and best of luck on that fight.
Thank you. Got me.